Okay, so it's time for us to go ahead and cover the very last Halloween special that was done by Jeff Loeb and Tim Sells. Now, these two guys came together to work on three different Halloween specials before they had officially moved on and gave us Batman the Long Halloween storyline. Now, these Halloween specials were technically part of the Legends of the Dark Knight series, which was the early days of Batman, like right after year one, kind of explore the early days of him being Batman. Now, with that being said, each of these Halloween specials do have some kind of message behind them. Like, for example, the first one kind of gave us this message that for Batman, he was scared of not being able to find true love. That first story was really more of a scarecrow story, but it was him being hit with fear toxin. With the fear toxin, it really did bring up the idea that maybe, just maybe, Batman won't be able to find true love. And the reason why, because Bruce Wayne is always out there being Batman, but not really trying to be Bruce Wayne. And of course, with that fear in his mind, when he did meet a woman known as Ghislaine Maxwell, he was quick to fall in love with her, even though she was completely the wrong person to fall in love with. So like I said, each of these books does have some kind of message behind them. This one is really more of Batman being told, like, listen, you only have one life. With that one life, try to do great things. Do great things for yourself, but also great things for the city. Build a legacy that you would love to leave behind. Now, the first page really does establish the whole idea where the story is going to go, because we do pick up with Bruce Wayne at this Halloween party. Now, while being at this Halloween party, he does run into Lucius Fox. Now, here's the thing. These two guys, the way they're talking to one another, it has been years since the two of them had last seen each other. So that right there is Jeff Loeb and Tim Sells trying to establish where this story could possibly go. But right after that first page, we are then given a party crasher in the storyline, and that would be the Penguin. Now, for me personally, the Penguin is not really being used as the way like Scarecrow was or the Mad Hatter was in the first two Halloween specials, kind of being used as a background character, but also being used as a way to deliver some kind of message in these Halloween specials. For me personally, it kind of seems like the Penguin is only being used as a way to give us a few pages of Bruce Wayne being Batman. Now, with the Penguin crashing this party, you have Bruce trying his best to protect the people, but you have the Penguin shoot Bruce out the window. Now, we already know there's no way that Bruce Wayne is dead in the first 5-6 pages of this storyline. Now, for the Penguin, the reason why he's here right now is to, of course, rob the different guests of all their different items. Like, for example, for Lucius Fox, he does lose his medallion. Now, medallion does play a somewhat role in this storyline, but you do have Batman just crash into the party as well. So, of course, Bruce Wayne has switched into his Batman outfit, and now it's time for him to fight against the Penguin, which honestly is not really a big battle for Batman because it's the Penguin, one of the easiest guys to fight against. Now, this leads into a chase where you do have Batman trying to capture the Penguin. But here's the thing, because in the last two Halloween specials, you had Batman kind of give us a breakdown of the Scarecrow, a breakdown of the Mad Hatter. And so for Batman, once again, another breakdown, but this time for the Penguin. Now, it's Batman saying the one thing about the Penguin is his ego. His ego gets in the way. And that right there is a major problem for the Penguin, because with his ego, it leads into the actions he takes. And most of the time for the Penguin, he does not try to sit down and look at different routes to take when it comes to handling different problems that pop up in his life. And so unfortunately, when it comes to trying to fight against me, his ego gets in the way, allowing me to easily win against him. But it's also Batman saying, like, I cannot let my ego get in the way. As the protector of Gotham, I have to make sure that my ego sits on the back burner, because justice must be blind. justice must be served without my ego being involved with my actions. Now, you do have Bruce Wayne go home, but while you have Bruce Wayne going home, he kind of realized that he has gotten sick by something. Don't know what, but he's unfortunately under the weather. Now, as he walks up to Wayne Manor, he tells us that he does not look at this home as his house. It still belongs to his father. And so for him, he feels like he does not deserve the right to call this his home just yet. He hasn't anything to kind of prove that he does have the right to say, this is my home, no longer my father. Now, he does walk up to his door where he does kind of see the medallion that Lucius Fox had earlier, but in reality, he's just seeing things. Now, Alfred does open the door for him, and you have Bruce go upstairs to relax, while you have Alfred try his best to kind of help Bruce Wayne feel better. Now, for Bruce Wayne, we do kind of see that he has gained a fever. And so for Bruce, he's trying his best to get some rest, but unfortunately, it seems like he's not really able to achieve that. Now, here is where the story truly begins, because you didn't have Bruce Wayne be confronted by his father. Now, this is the spirit of his father, apparently, but a spirit of his father wearing all these different chains. Now, it's his father saying, like, I came here to help you, to break the chains, to allow you to be free. Because for me, when I was alive, I let different things kind of hold me down. I was focused on the wrong things in life, like, for example, my medical career. But Bruce, I want you to realize that your obsession with Batman is going to be the biggest chain for almost anybody to break. It's going to hold you down. Now, you do have the spirit of Bruce Wayne's father just fly away. Now, for Bruce, he still believes this is some kind of crazy trick. But his father says, you, Bruce, will have 3 spirits stop by. These 3 spirits are here to help you, to guide you into a better version of yourself. Now, we already know that these 3 spirits are going to represent the past, the present, and the future for Bruce Wayne. Now, these spirits will also take the form of different people in Bruce Wayne's life. So, for example, the first spirit took the form of Poison Ivy. Now, for Bruce Wayne, he does not believe what's actually happening right now in front of him. He believes that now, seeing Poison Ivy, that means he has been poisoned. And matter of fact, as she crawls on top of him as he's bound to this bed, he truly does believe that he has been poisoned. But it's her saying, like, no, you're not poisoned. Matter of fact, I'm here to show you your past. So here is the first part of your adventure. Now, this first flashback is really more of us just seeing Bruce Wayne as a child. Now, with him being a child, he's dressed up for Halloween, and apparently him and his parents were supposed to go out for the night. The problem is that his father couldn't make it. With his father being a great surgeon, a great man in the medical field, the man does get called away so many times for different types of emergencies. And for Bruce, once again, his heart is broken. His night is ruined. Now, he tells his mom, you know what? I'm going to stay up all night and wait until dad comes home. Now, for his mom, she does try her best to turn the night around by saying, you know what? How about this? I'll go ahead and invite some of the kids from your school. We learn here for Bruce Wayne, he had no friends at his school at all. Like, this kid had no friends growing up. And so, unfortunately, he must spend this night of Halloween by himself, technically. Now, this second flashback is really more what the spirit is trying to bring out of Bruce Wayne. And what I mean by that is, as we jump into the second flashback, we see now it's Lucius Fox in Paris. Now, this takes place right before you have Bruce Wayne become Batman. He is training to become this great man for Gotham City. But you have Lucius right now getting jumped by a few thugs. Now, luckily for Lucius, Bruce Wayne was there to help protect him. But after doing that, you have the 2 guys sit down to have a conversation with one another. Now, with this conversation, it's Lucius learning this is Bruce Wayne. He knows Bruce has a lot of money, but for Lucius, he has skills in finance. And so it's Lucius saying, why don't we work together? We can do great things for the entire world if we do work together. But by this point for Bruce Wayne, all the money and his time alone is being used and focused on becoming a great protector for Gotham City. Now, for the Spirit, this is what it wants to point out for Bruce Wayne. Like, look, you say you became Batman as a way to honor your parents, to help protect Gotham. But is that what your parents want you to do? Like, honestly, that man right there is trying to give you a better route in life, to help do great things for this world, to build a great legacy for you to be proud of. Now, once you do have that flashback in, for Bruce Wayne, he believes like, okay, you know what? Maybe, just maybe, it was some kind of nightmare. Now, once you do have Bruce begin to walk around Wayne Manor, he begins to hear this laugh, and he recognized the laugh so well because him and this person, they have battled so many times over the years. And so you have Bruce Wayne begin to walk down the steps. When he does, he slowly changes back into his Batman outfit once again to only be confronted by the Joker. Now, this is not the real Joker. This is the second spirit taking the form, saying like, hey, you know what? I came here to show you your present self. Like, hey, the last one of your past, the next one your future. Me, I'm here to show you who you are now as Batman. Now, for Bruce, he still does not believe that any of this is real. He tries to attack the Joker, but this is a spirit. Now, for this spirit, it gets straight to the point very quickly when it comes to trying to show Bruce Wayne what it wants Bruce to understand about his present self by basically saying like, look, here's these kids walking up to your house. They want to trick or treat. Unfortunately, they're so scared of your house. But then you have the spirit who's right now pretending to be the Joker say, well, also, let's realize something here, Batman. You have no friends. Now, I know I have no friends, but I'm the Joker. But for you, you should have friends. It's the spirit saying like, look at you. You have pushed everybody away, not allowing anybody to enter your life. And that right there is a problem. Be with people, build bonds with people, because that's a way to build a great life for yourself. And so that is when you didn't have Batman be confronted by the last spirit. Now, this last spirit is the future for Batman. And once you have Batman realize where he's standing at is at the grave of his parents. But he sees Alfred. Alfred looks older, but Alfred is standing over the grave of Batman, Bruce Wayne. And then you had the spirit revealed that it's Bruce Wayne himself in a Batman outfit, but of course dead. It's him saying like, if you allow your obsession to be the protector of Gotham, this hero for the city that you're supposedly trying to be as a way to honor your parents, you're going to end up dead next to them. But the thing is, once you do die, you're going to realize you did not build a legacy to be proud of. You didn't leave anything behind for the next generation to look up to when it comes to you. Unfortunately, you will leave nothing behind for anyone to talk about. You will be completely forgotten. And so this kind of leads into the ending of the storyline because you have Bruce just run down the stairs. And for Alfred, he's kind of confused, like, why in the world are you running down the stairs for? Like, what in the world is going on? But this is Bruce beginning to change his life around because he said, hey, Alfred, go ahead and call up Lucius. Later on that day, you have Bruce and Lucius meeting up, building that bond between one another, being able to say, you know what, Lucius, I want to work with you. I got the money. You have the finance skills. Let's work together. Let's do great things for Gotham and the rest of the world. It's Bruce Wayne beginning to build his legacy. After that, the last page is him being able to give kids candy for trick-or-treating because tonight is Halloween. And this is where we're going to end today's comic book video. So please leave me a like down below and subscribe. But guys, see y'all next time. Later.